welcome. This is Sahara playing, excuse me, Geneforge 2 Infestation. We are in Drypeak, Warren. Alright, it's the first time visiting in here. We have somebody wandering around. Who are you? You're an elite warrior. We talk to you. You make small talk with the guard. You learn nothing interesting. You note that he is very nervous. However, you can't be sure whether this fear has a specific reason or is just the standard common unease around shapers. Yeah. They treat us... It isn't that they treat us bad. They're just scared of us. Scared of us. Okay, we're just going to go around. Start over here. Nothing to see here. That's what you keep telling us. You guys keep telling me. I need a purpose. Oh, do you? Don't we all need a purpose? We have a board game. Oh, another one of these. Nothing, no value. No. So who are you? This is Zensito. You have the pleasure of meeting a young shaper, only slightly older than you. Really? Look at the gray hair. His robes are new and clean, and he is too. His eyes are mismatched, but he looks well rested and ready to explore. His eyes are mismatched? When you approach the table, he is sitting there and looking despondently down at his soup. When he sees you, however, he perks up immediately. He favors you with a broad, friendly grin. Another young shaper, come join me. He leaps up to pull out a chair for you. I am Zenisto, and I greet you. I recognize the aimless, ambitious look of a shaper. Okay. I recognize the aimless, ambitious look of a shaper aspirant. Come, let's trade stories of our powers, our beliefs, of trying to find a place. So tell me about yourself. I am like you, perhaps slightly farther along. I passed prosperity by. Okay, I passed prosperity by to pass the tests and join our sect. I served my apprenticeship and now I seek a place to achieve great things. That is what brought me to these mountains. I heard rumors that other shapers were flocking here. I sensed a chance to prove myself. You passed prosperity by? My family is one of success. Merchants for generations with great profit to show for it. They are common, but a common can have a good, influential life if he has money. Alas, I hoped for greater things. So you are a full shaper now? I have that honor. I have completed my apprenticeship and granted my full powers. However, that is only the beginning of the journey, as you well know. So what is your goal here? I am only at the beginning of the journey. Now I must travel and find a place to show my powers. Only then can I truly rise in our hierarchy. That brought me here. I must confess, I have had trouble finding work to do here. I need a purpose. I sense I can find it here, but I have had no luck. You seem to be settling in here well. Perhaps you could advise me. I just got here. How can I advise you? Have you talked to Shaper Zachary? Zenistol looks toward the hall to the east, where Shaper Zachary holds court. I offered my services. I was rebuffed, rather rudely. Zachary told me to go away, plain as that. For a moment his tireless smile fades. Thus I must look elsewhere for advice. Well, why don't you just leave? What exactly are you looking for? I have been given such power, the ability to make life. Now I am driven to use it. I believe I can push the world forward I believe I can push the world toward a better place. All I need is to find the right place to shove. Well, you can't do that sitting in here. You need to get out and explore. I'd love to help you, but I have my own problems right now. Well, I mean, I'm just an apprentice. I haven't even got my full power, so how do you think I'm going to help you? But Well, I can try. I am grateful to you, Shaper. I sense your agitation, your need to go out there and explore. If you find a place I can go to and unique, people to talk to, a place where I can make a difference, please remember humble Zenistel and show mercy. Well, you should be doing this on your own. I don't know, that just seems kind of odd to me. What is your philosophy as a shaper? If I had to sum it up in one word, it would be sharing. I don't mean share our powers, of course. I mean that we must share their benefits. We must approach creations in commons with a spirit of giving and kindness. Of course, we all say this. I may have expressed my beliefs, however, in a way that made other shapers doubt me. So that's why no one wants anything to do with you. Do you have a teacher? Like the agent you entered Drypeak with? The one who approached Zachary ahead of you? No, I am an apprentice no longer. It saddens me sometimes. Being out on my own as I am is a lonely journey. Well, didn't you realize you were going to have to do that? So you have been doubted by other shapers. I find that shapers harden their beliefs as they grow older. They grow grasping, mistrustful, bitter. We must always love the commons and the creations. We hold our powers for their benefit, after all. So how do you regard creations? We are their creators. They are our children. We must regard them as we regard any human children we have. It's a nice sentiment, but it flies in the face of all shaper law and tradition. Do shapers even have children? I mean, really, if you think about it, shapers, guardians, I can no, because we all have the ability to create, right? Which means we ingest goo, which then taints our body because it puts the ability, it puts some magic in our bodies. So, are we able to have children? I don't know if that's ever been addressed in these games. My creations are not children. Children are children. Creations are servants. Okay, so this is where I start forming my opinions on this whole aspect of creations, how we view them, whether they warrant any kind of special requirements, or are they people, or are they just creations? They are created by us, but what if some of them end up with intelligent, the ability to think for themselves, even if it wasn't to the extent that we can't think for ourselves, but if they have enough to think for themselves, to fend for themselves, to make decisions, because right now they don't make their own decisions, or we don't allow them to make their own decisions. When we make a creation, it is like our child. It deserves care. I think at this point in time, I don't think I know enough as an apprentice to make that bold of a statement as number one. So our creations are not children. Children are children. Creations are servants. So my teacher said, as did every shaper I ever worked with, and there is truth in it. Grown children are to be independent, while creations must obey. I must think on it. Okay. You sit and speak with Zenistel. He is constantly upbeat and smiling. He trades stories about the world and its strange outposts, speaking yearningly of a place where he can fit in and use his powers. So, where do you want to go now? I don't know yet. This barren valley we are in offers no opportunities to prove myself, yet there is more here. I sense it. That is why I asked your advice. You came here with an actual mission. I came here to help. You can tell me somewhere to go so that I can help, so that I can serve the shaper more efficiently. Well, I haven't explored beyond the small valley. Then we are in the same situation. I will stay here until I have better prospects. Okay? Oh, you're going to be here a while. You're going to be here a while. I'll do great things. You're not to do great things sitting there. No, you're not. Oh, here's some bags of mead. Value 10. We're taking them. Because we can turn them in. Bacon we can use. Okay. That's a pin or feather and ink pot. That is going to be in a quest item eventually, and I know it is. We have a comb. That's going to be a quest item. I know it will be. Having done so many of these spiderweb games, they kind of use the same type of quests, if that's what you want to call it. We have a teapot, and oh, we can sell that. Okay. And none of this is mine. I mean, I can take it because there's nobody watching me, but I'm not. That goes against my nature. Oh, is there a secret wall here? Is there a button? I don't see a button. No. Is there a button over here? No, there isn't. Okay. We got meat. Take that to sell. Why do I have this? Why do I have a plate? I don't want a plate. Okay. What is this? We have an elite warrior. Not yours. So this is Drypeak Warrens. Oops. You finally come face to face with Speaker Zachary, the leader of the settlement in Drypeak. He stands hunched over the ancient, wasted-away leader of a failed colony. His left eyelid twitches, and his hands have a constant, gentle tremor. This frail old shaper is surrounded by a considerable amount of guards, both shaped and human. He is prepared for a considerable assault. When you approach, both he and Shanti turn to face you. Now that my apprentice is here, Shanti says, we can begin our meeting. Well, you told me to investigate. The two elder shapers stare at each other intently. They ignore you. Okay, just go ahead and watch. Shanti presents a scroll to Zachary. Here are my orders, fellow shaper. I've been sent by the council to speak with you and Shaper Brazil about this colony's progress in future. I hope this will not cause you much trouble. Zachary takes the scroll and opens it. He scans the writing with a quick glance, barely absorbing its contents. The elder shaper clears his throat. It takes him some time to gather his thoughts. I have sad news. You are here to see me in Brazil, but Brazil is dead. There is a long, long silence. Agent Shanti gives you a quick side look. Oddly, Agent Shanti seems to want you to speak for once. Really? Okay. Well, we'd heard that he died. So all is well. Wait and listen? Well, what is the state of this colony? The state of this colony, as you have seen, is bleak. I believe with work it can still be successful. That is all. Your mission has been completed. You can return to the council with that news. So all is well? What about the rogues that attacked us on the way here? Shaper Zachary looks at Chantel, seemingly hoping that she shuts up her apprentice. Instead, she says, Young Corinne asks a very good question. After a long pause, Zachary speaks in a quiet, wheezing voice. These accursed mountains do have minor rogue infestations in the side valleys. I am sorry they inconvenienced you, but they are of no importance. So that was it? We're done? She turns to you with a wiry smile. Apparently so, Corinne. We came to examine the colony and question Zachary and Bazelle, if possible. Now this has all been done. How fortunate for us, yes? How convenient. Chantal smiles. You've been with her long enough not to be fooled by this expression. She is angry. Well, there is much I would like to learn. Agent Shanti nods. Yes, your education should continue. I asked Zachary to allow you to explore freely. This is reasonable, yes? Zachary nods. Of course. I would never dare restrain representatives of the Shaper Council, even apprentices. Well, okay. So let her explode on him. Shanti says, I am sorry for your misfortune, and I am sorry to hear about Bazelle. However, I need more information than that to return to my superiors. I assume I am free to explore these mountains? I would be pleased if you would, Shaper Zachary says. He clearly doesn't mean it. And since the area is dangerous, I will make sure my guards escort you for your own safety. I have also made quarters for you in Drypeak, near the road back home. Shanti says, Then I will rest in a proper bed for a night. My investigation begins soon. Thank you for your help. They bow to each other and Shanti starts to leave. She motions for you to follow. Thank you, Shaper Zachary. He looks at you with a start. In his distracted state, he forgets that you are there. Yes, of course. Join Shanti. Once you are at the far end of the hall, Shanti leans close and speaks quietly. Well, that was useless and worrying. What do you think? They are hiding something. Yep. She nods approvingly. Yes, they are. Poke around for a bit. Then come meet me in our quarters. They're at the south end of town. Then she leaves. As she does, you notice that Zachary exhales with relief. Well, I already did some investigating because you told me to, right? That's me. Keeper turret. You may wander freely. Can I talk to you? Yeah, I can. You return to Shaper Zachary, still sitting limply on his throne. Up close, he looks even older and more infirm. This time, his time in the Drypeak Mountains has exacted a horrible price on him. However, it is always deadly to underestimate a Shaper. This man contains great power. Even if he didn't, he is surrounded by powerful guards. He waves you forward with a trembling hand. Greetings, Apprentice Corinne. I am sure most of my business is with your master. However, if there are any little questions you want to ask, I wish to be nothing but helpful. What was on the scroll Shanti brought you? He removes the now wadded up piece of paper from the pouch and hands it to you. There is nothing surprising. The paper simply identifies who you are and what your purpose here is. Get a report on the colony. Question Zachary and Bazelle. So, can you tell me how you came to Drypeak? It was 10 years ago. Shaper Bazelle and I were looking for a failing colony to restore, a way to establish our name, a way to establish our fame. We were ambitious. We thought we could use our skills to create new successful life forms and make these peaks productive. We thought we could do what others couldn't. I was aging and I was eager to gain the acclaim I had failed to achieve earlier. We failed here too. That is really the only story for you to take home. What did you do when you were young? He looks away. I led a life that was productive but not distinctive. I did what I could for the other Shapers when they noticed me. You've only been here 10 years? This is a harsh place. It was barren when Shapers first came here. Centuries of failed Shaper experiments and malformed life forms being released into the world only made it worse. Shaper Zachary tries to be a good host to you. As you speak, he has tea and snacks brought from the kitchen for you. The little sandwiches have bits of sand in them. Yes, Apprentice Corinne, is there anything else you want to know, or can I return to my business? Can you provide me with any supplies or training? It is, of course, my responsibility to provide you with a lodging. You will find quarters for you by the South Road out of Drypeak. However, we have no extra supplies to provide. This is a poor colony, and the rogue attacks have sapped our resources. I'm sure you understand. As for training, locate Thala. He is a shaper deeper in the Warren. He can provide you with some training for a modest price. You can also get supplies from Jess, who works in the tool breeding hall. Our orders are to meet both you and Shaper Brazel. Brazel is dead? Yes, we had left town to perform some experiments. A safe distance away, one went wrong. He was killed by a Thald. If it was possible for you to speak with him, believe me, you would, but it isn't. That is that. So where is his body? Eaten. The failed experiment involved modifying a Thald. We tried to make a stronger laborer. Vizela took it into the waste to the west. The creature went mad and struck Vizela down, then dragged him off, probably ate him. A Mirthal killed a guardian? We assume so. We found the site of the battle, signs of combat, torn clothing, blood. It was the only possible conclusion. A pathetic end, I admit. Vizela, like me, was far past his prime. Okay. So tell me about the rogues that are attacking. A minor concern. There are a handful of rogues, probably wandered down from the higher valleys. We will handle them with ease. The region tends to make creations go rogue easily. The environment is hostile, and it upsets them. It is troublesome, especially when it happens to our servos. We try to deal with rogues quickly and decisively. So how are the rogues dealt with? Destruction, of course. That is the only proper fate for a rogue. Well, I have seen quite a few rogues. Surely it is not a small problem. I can see why they would bother an apprentice like yourself. This disturbance is a minor one. We will dispatch these pests in no time at all. You will learn not to be troubled by rogues. With age comes wisdom. Really? When your servos have problems, how do you deal with them? How do you deal with any rogue? When a servo becomes erratic, it is punished. If it goes fully rogue, it is destroyed. Do not let yourself become too attached to servos. It is a bad habit. Shapers sometimes pick up. So is it possible to restore a rogue creation? It is possible sometimes, very rarely, for the most powerful and dominant of shapers. The penalty for failure is death and destruction. Centuries of experience shaping has taught us that the hard path is the best for all. A rogue is a mindless, deadly creature. It is a sad thing, but they must be dealt with. But don't we have some responsibility to our creations? Must we not try to save all of them, even rogues? I don't know. Do we have that responsibility? Yeah, let's ask that question. It is wrong to be kind when that kindness results in the death of an innocent. Every shaper is allowed to voice such sentiments a few times. Each shaper is allowed to voice such sentiments a few times when young. Such ideas are best left to youth, or you may find your career as a shaper to be short and unproductive. And that is what happened with the other guy. Because he has feelings. Okay. He has feelings for... Where is this? It's got value, I can take it. Who are you? You came up to me! Guardian? Nora. The commander of the Warren Guards is patrolling the halls. She is a young guardian, and her armor is clean and in good repair. You would guess that she came to Drypeak recently. She nods to you, though your presence makes her nervous and makes her anxious. I am Nora, a guardian of the Warren. We welcome you and will give you all the assistance you are due. Well, I need some information on what has been happening here. I see. I am loyal to Zachary by orders. All I have to tell you is exactly what Zachary says, so you should talk to Zachary. Orders? Whose orders? The Shaper Council placed me under Zachary's command 8 years ago. He gave me orders when I arrived, and I obeyed them. And that is all she has to say. The Guardians tend to have more of the discipline of the soldier than Shapers or agents. So you're not going to talk. What can you tell me about the rogues that have been attacking you? It is a minor problem. We can handle it on our own without outsider help. You should stay very close to Drypeak, though, for your own safety. Do not try to help us. Really? You are refusing the aid of a Shaper when fighting creations? Is that wise? Oh, I got a new quest. A Shaper apprentice, you mean? She gives this some thought. Well, there are lots of rogues. When we kill some, more appear. Our numbers are small. I am allowed to recruit help. But I do not look for a reward. Our resources are limited. They are arriving quickly? Yes. In years past, we would get the occasional rogue who wandered into the woods, fell out of control, and stumbled back into town, hungry and alone. The new rogues, they are fresh creations, mindless and hungry. They are appearing somewhere nearby, but we don't have the forces for a proper search. Well, where should I begin the hunt? Our trackers think the creations are coming from a forest to the southwest. Leave Drypeak to the west, then go south into the deeper fungal forest. That is a good place to begin the hunt. Be wary, though. They can swarm. Oh no, not swarming! I require supplies. We have no supplies to spare, I am sorry, Shaper, but that is the case. So what is past those locked doors? The quarters of the guards and the Shapers who command us. Nothing you need to see. Okay. So I got a quest. And we have a, oh, that doesn't light up. Okay, these are the doors she was talking about. I can't get into them. Obviously not. But we have this here, a codex. To be a servant. In this forgotten land, serving the ways of the Shapers set you apart, and the rest of the known world, keeping our ways is but simple wisdom. It is different here. Here, if you obey the law and justice of our kind, you are called a servant. To rogues, servant is insult. We have reclaimed it as a point of pride. Some things are good to serve. One day the whole story will be told. One day we will emerge from this lost place and say who we are, who we served, and why. Until then, this simple statement of faith will have to do. So that's almost like a proclamation in a way, isn't it? Somebody putting these out here? Let's do some more exploring. Keep watching. This is going upstairs. And where is this going? Oh, okay. Here's our healing and essence. Not mine. Take it though. It has no weight. Where does this take me? The sign on the wall says Shaping Hall Safety Door 2. If sealed, do not break seal without direct Shaper control council authorization. somebody's doing some shaping here. This is a shaping hall. Here, shapers concentrate on making and remaking living things to suit their purposes. This hall is set up to do actual research so that few creations can be designed. Such research usually takes the form of taking a live creation and focusing magical energy into it. If it makes the creation better or stronger, the shapers record what they did. If it has the opposite effect, they discard the damaged creation and don't repeat the manipulation. It is a crude method, but it works. If the shapers ever figured out how to modify a living thing precisely, it would be a major advancement. This hall shows the signs of heavy use. Booted feet have worn tracks in the floor. Many experiments have taken place here as shapers struggled to make life that can flourish in these harsh mountains. From the looks of the desolate landscape outside, those efforts have been futile. Yep, they have been futile. So who are we here? This is the person we were told to go talk to. We got band-aids. Nothing I can take. Interesting. The anvil in the middle of the nearby circle is glowing slightly. You recognize the device. It nestles closer. I need to get my... You recognize this device. It merits closer investigation. Does it now? Does it? And we have a battle alpha here. This hulking creature is a battle alpha. These creatures are the favored melee-based shock troops of the Shaper armies. They're huge, strong, and brutal. More importantly, they're reliably obedient. Like dolls, they communicate primarily through grunts, growls, and gurgles. Not a reliable source of good conversation. No, it would not be, would it? Don't taunt. I know many spells. Don't taint the something or another. Alright, let's save here, because I don't know. I think this might do something bad. You approach the glowing anvil. It is made of solid steel, infused with essence. Shapers use such anvils as a surface to maintain their tools. Such items are normally very rare, but the Drypeak mountains are unusual. You are not an expert tinker, but doing simple modifications using such an anvil is a routine part of shaper training. Certain enchanted items can be improved here with the proper materials. Okay, examine the anvil. It is still an entirely functional piece of shaper equipment. It is warm to the touch and glows slightly. The steel is infused with essence, and its presence allows you to similarly alter other gear. There are many ways to do this, but you have only learned the most simple techniques. It requires internal residue to prime the item. Then mandrake is mixed with your essence to inject the power. Augment my gear. Unfortunately, the only technique you know to infuse an item with power requires internal residue and mandrake. These are rare and valuable ingredients. With luck, you might find them in these mountains. Okay, so I can't do anything. So this is to augment my stuff. So this is Talia? This man is instantly recognizable as a research shaper. The stained, torn robes, the burns, the habitual nervousness born of the constant danger of being eaten by a rogue, all the signs are there. Visitors make him uncomfortable, which is why he is lurking back here. He is still polite. I am Thyla. Welcome here. Welcome to the Drypeak Research Labs. How can I help you, fellow shaper? So how long have you been a researcher here? Years and years. Far beyond Zachary arrived. Remember that. I was here before. What does that mean? How have the efforts to populate this area been going? They haven't. We have too many problems as it is because of the rogue attacks. And before the attacks? Shapers have spent the last century making experimental creations, both plant and animal, and releasing them into these valleys. The only result has been biological chaos. Weeds and pests survive. Anything beneficial is devoured by the weeds and pests. Okay. Can you give me training? Yes, Shaper Zachary has told me to be helpful. Would you like to learn about spells, creations, or weapon shaping? You can spend money to increase a magical skill up to 2 times. To increase it more, you will have to find a new way in your travels. I want to learn new spells. Oh, okay. This is how we learn. Learn Cure Affliction, Improve Minor Heal. 816? Whoa. Learn War Blessing. Learn Improve Days. 170. Learn Strikes Ace. What is that? Learn Battle Magic. Searer? Searer? Strikes a single foe with a bolt of energy. Fills the target with poison or acid at higher skill levels. Okay. Improve Firebolt. Wow. 680, 170 just to improve days. Yeah, I gotta make some money, don't I? How about Shaper Creations? Learn, create. These are, yeah, okay. About weapon shaping. Learn Guarded Lunge. Melee, missile weapon. Learn Infusion. Learn. Okay. These are actually cheaper. Garden Lunge. The next melee or missile attack this character makes does extra damage, guards the user, and makes the target invulnerable to damage. Each extra point of hits of this skill increases all effects. You can pay a trainer once to learn this skill and once to improve it. So 85. Your melee plus missile weapons 4. You need 1. That worth it? For now? War Infusion. The next melee or missile attack this character makes blesses and hastes the attacker. Oh, this is a haste and blessing, so it's a buff. The next melee or missile attack this character makes shoves the foe a distance away and slows it. So this is the offensive. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this. Okay. Where can I learn more spells? I am not sure. However, I have heard rumors. Other shapers, loyal ones, they work in the higher valleys. Perhaps they can help. Okay. So I got 1 lesson learned. We can go upstairs, maybe? Not what I wanted. Why are there railroad tracks up here? Oh, I can take these? Tools. Oh, these do have value. They do not say do not take. So who are you? This is Sage Markov. There is a lone, heavyset man working in this workshop. He alternates between sipping ale and delicately chipping at the crystal spires with a mallet and chisel. His drink does not interfere with his care and precision of his motions. When you approach, he rises, combs through his hair and goatee with his fingers, and gives you a grin. A new arrival, eh? A shaper visits me in my humble little warren. I am Sage Markov of the Turby? I am always glad for company when I'm chipping at the rocks. Tedious work, this is. So what is your job here? Crystals. I'm a master with them. A lowly common, yes, but I doubt you mighty shapers will get far without the equipment I am making for you. Where do you get the raw materials? Some mine somewhere, I suppose. Sweating servals drag them to me. Use logs and stone pillars to roll the raw crystals up to me. Then I work magic with my chisels. What do you do with the stones? Crystals can do a lot of things. Hold magical power, carry it, focus it. When your lot does what you do with your essence goop, you need to shoot magical power into it. Without the stability my crystals provide, you just make a big wet mess. Anything interesting happening in the mountains? He sighs. Lots of things, I think. Everyone seems more tense with every passing month. I stay up here and try not to learn about it. It's been a lot quieter. A few years ago, Shaper Zachary couldn't get enough finished spires. Now he has other things on his mind. Okay. Sage Markov stares deep into the crystal as he talks to you. He thinks for a long time, sips his ale, and then chips a flake off of the stone. When you are making shaper equipment, no error is allowed. Okay, so you said you are from Turabi? Yes, the Turabi is one of the old cultures, a powerful, wealthy people up in the Drypeak mountains. Then the Shapers took everything over. My family is Turabi. My parents brought up me and two sisters. I was the only one with the talent, educated and put to work. The old cultures? You didn't think the Shapers ruled everything forever, did you? Before you came, there were lots of little people, like the Turabi. We were master crystal workers. Now we have to work for you. That's just old politics. Don't want to dwell on it. Some resentment there, is there? So what happened to your sisters? Still with my family, an old Turbia house. Merchants now, dealing in crystals. Wealthy once. Imagine they're married now. I've been working here and gaining money and connections for years. Haven't seen any of them in a long time. And you ended up back here. Yes, working, earning money, looking for a chance to improve my family's fortunes. I came here not long after Shaper Zachary did, and he pays well. I'll lift my humble, common family up, however. I can, even if it means being trapped back here with the spiders. You have trouble with spiders? Not for long. When I see one, well, a mallet is always near at hand. Okay. Any plans for the future? Just looking for a chance. I make decent money now, but it will take more than that to really elevate my family. Okay. I didn't get a quest. I was hoping I could kill some spiders for you or something. I was hoping. Spiders! Because who doesn't love killing spiders, right? We all love killing spiders. Icky, gory spiders! Alright, we got this. What is this? This is bones. We don't need bones. Why do you have bones? Got a door here. Probably can't get into it. Did I hear it chittering like a spider? Is this L? Kill. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can get this one. It's locked. The door is locked. Of course it is. The sign on the wall says, in untested artifact storage. Okay, this is probably... Oh, look at all the codexes. Oh no, all the codexes. What time is it? All right. This dusty ledger records the activity of this small crystal workshop over the last century. It's boring. You are far more interested in the sheet of paper poking out from underneath it. It is a page torn out of a book of records located elsewhere. The writing is old and faint, but you can make some of it out. 2 locations have been identified for the location of the unreadable. The better by far is at. This is followed by a long series of numbers. This is all meaningless to you. However, it meant enough to someone for them to bring it here and hide it. Okay, so do we have a long list of numbers? This dusty ledger records activity. You can understand why these books have been left up here out of the way. Crystal workshop over the last century. A lot of rocks are described within their weights, quantities, processing, and eventual fate. Okay. Same thing. I figured it would be. It was the very last one. Okay. Can I ask him about that piece of paper, maybe? Maybe we can. I found a strange piece of paper under a journal in the back room. You describe the piece of paper. His face becomes like stone. An old find, I think. An odd find, I think. An odd find. I think I saw it. Made no sense to me. Shaper business, probably. Nothing for a common like me. Okay. You're lying. You're lying to me. You know what it is. Okay, so we went up those stairs. I go over here. Go look in this barrel. Nothing. Well. A door here. Oh, these are those doors that slide. Let's go over here first. This dank, chilly warren of tunnels contains the supplies for the warren. There may be something useful to be found back there. It wouldn't do to get your hopes up too high, though. The colony was poor to start with. The rogues appearing along the road out only made a bad situation worse. That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense to me. Who are you? These are warriors. Okay. So this is where they sleep at. It's probably just full of junk. Not yours. Not yours. I don't want it anyway. It's locked. The door is locked. You don't have the key. Okay. We have a lot of area here we can't get into right away. What was that? It's an essence pod. I might just take that one. Because there's nobody here can see me. Okay, this is gonna have bread in it. No. I'm taking it. Because I can sell it for money. See, you didn't catch me, did you? No, you didn't. Another barrel. We'll need the bricks. I'm looking for any kind of... we got a saw. Who are you? This is Jess. Okay, we were told to talk to Jess. One thing that sets shapers apart from common humans is that all their tools are bred and grown, not made. This room is one such breeding hall. Here, living tools, batons, and thorns are being grown in pins to serve the needs of this colony. The tool breeding stock is very well guarded. To lose the ability to grow fresh batons and tools is a major blow to any shaper colony. I imagine it is, because that's how we defend ourselves on everything. Can't take any of that. Alright, I'm just looking around here. Oh. You give the thorn bush a good shake, some thorns fall out. Oh. Okay. Beware the whatever. The thorns are almost ripe. And I took them. Ooh, these are the good ones. These are... Oh, we got a living tool here. Oh, I can take it. It's letting me take it. It doesn't say not yours. Okay. Alright. So limited in what we can take. Okay. Well, how come this is highlighted? Oh. I can't get in there. They're guarded. Okay, those are thorns. Okay. I see. Can we get in here or not? Nope, I didn't think so. Alright. There's one more person to talk to. This is Jess. You meet the woman in charge of breeding shaper tools. She looks like a common mage, not a full shaper. It is very unusual for an outsider to be given such close access to shaper equipment. Things are different out here in the wilderness. She smiles and nods. Greetings, shaper. I am Jess. Welcome to my little workshop. Are you in the need of supplies? What do you know about events around Drypeak? Nothing, shaper. I am not of your kind. They let me work here. It is interesting work, but I know nothing of shaper business outside the city walls. I only do what shaper Zachary instructed. Which is? Keep the thorn bushes watered and the baby tools fed. Keep the growing batons moist and warm and keep them from eating each other. I am like a farmer, but with a somewhat unusual crop. Well, yeah, that would be an unusual crop, wouldn't it? I want to use some tool supplies. So your batons? Living tool is 69. I think that's what it was at the other place too. Fiery wand. Shapers are not above using regular magical items, the sorts commons make. This wand has best been carefully infused with potent magical power. So a cone of fire. And how many uses? It has 6 charges on it. 138. No. Oh, spray kiss crystal. Acid shower, icy crystal. Sprays a cloud. That only costs 11 for that. I have one too. I have to remember I have those. Do we want to buy one? We'll do it. Okay. So that's it. Nothing she can tell me. We just got lots of doors we can't get in and out of. But I think I came one way, and I think there's still another way to go. Yeah, there is. It's down over here. So we came up. And we have down here. I imagine it's almost done. I don't think it's going to go any further than what this one is. I think the majority of it was up there at the top. We got people in here. We have people. So what is this down here? This is a cloakroom. These are also holding pins where visiting shapers can leave their creations to be watered and fed. Oh, okay. So nothing really important. Coal. We have bolted cloth. I can take it? Okay. Alright. And we're done with this area. So we're gonna go back to town. I know that there's iron in these places down here. We're gonna go back to town and talk to Chantel, who's over here. And I think I'm gonna go down in that. We have this. Wait a minute, where was the place that had the stairs? And I didn't go up. I think it was here, wasn't it? There was a place that had stairs I didn't go up. Is it here? Yeah, here it is. Let's go up here first. Because we need to... What are you doing now? How are you feeling? And these are all the same. Okay, so we need to find the serval that's intelligent. Blankly, yes. So how do you feel about working? Okay. We're taking your stuff. You're sleeping. You're sleeping and we were waking you up. It's in here. Can't get into it. Of course not. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close down this episode. When we come back, we're going to talk to Chantel, and I am going to go down in this, I believe it's here. Yes, down here in this cellar, dungeon, whatever, see what's down there. I'm sure there's going to be some fighting. And then maybe I'll go into the mine next, too, find out what's going on in there. So if you're enjoying, click like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Sahara out.